All right, welcome to Module 9, Website Conversion Ads. The main focus of these ads are to track conversions. That seems obvious, right? Such as how many opt-in leads you're going to get from your ad, or how many products are purchased from your ad, and so on. But the reality is that you can add a tracking pixel to your other ads as well and actually achieve the same result. You can use a tracking ID in your ads in Power Editor, for example, and achieve the same result. And we will cover both of these methods in the advanced modules. The main point I wanted to drive home first is that website conversion ads are actually very similar to clicks to website ads, except they display your conversions more directly. That's really it. When you view your ads in your ad manager account, you simply see your conversions more directly. And honestly, I don't even view my ad reports that way. I choose to use Facebook ad reports to view my conversions instead of viewing my stats in the ad manager. It's a completely different section in your ads account, and I have an entire module on Facebook ad reporting. So don't worry about the differences for now. I just want you to know that I rarely use this ad option because I track my ad conversions just fine using FB ads reporting. However, it's possible that Facebook might give you better results with this type of ad, okay? Website conversion ads, I've experimented and sometimes you just get a different result. So it might be worth at least experimenting with these because you never know. You never know. And for that reason alone, I'll dive in and show you how to set up these types of ads when it goes to creating dark posts. All right, so a website conversion ad is just like a clicks to website ad. So when you go to create ads, it's essentially just the same. There's going to be one major difference, which is they require you to actually set up a conversion tracking pixel. So when you do this, as soon as you type in a domain name, it's going to ask you, it's going to basically say, hey, you're going to need to choose a tracking pixel, okay? If you have a bunch, some will be active, some will be inactive if you have a bunch. So you're going to have to set up a tracking pixel. That's what I'm going to show you how to do right now. I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm not going to go and add it to the website. I'll just kind of explain how to do that. But in order to do this, first things first, you need to have a website, and either you need to be able to add code to it yourself, or you need to have a designer that can add code to your to that website. And if you're not in control of that website, you're going to have to contact the website developer and ask if they can do this for you. So that's kind of the requirement here. And if you don't have this stuff, or this stuff doesn't make sense to you, then skip this. Don't do website conversions, okay? So let's say that you do have a website, or you do have somebody who can get this on a website for you. You go ahead and click this little plus symbol right here. Now, it lets you set up a conversion tracking pixel. So you choose a category. In this case, this is an ebook download. So, you kind of go whatever, any kind of thing I want. I'm just going to go ahead and call it as leads, and I'm going to call this Dark Post Profits ebook downloads. And then I'm going to go create pixel. Okay, your ad will not be optimized for conversions until this is verified. So how would you like to verify it? So what they're saying is, I've got to go add this code. They've created some code for me. I've got to go add it. So I can do it myself. So there's my code. If I want to go do this myself, I copy this and I go and I paste this in between the head and the head tag in my HTML code. And what I'll do is I'll put it on the page after they download. So let's say that there's a spot where they download. Whatever page they're going to end up on just after they download is where I'm going to put this, because I want this to what's called fire. I want this pixel to fire. I want it to count when somebody hits this. So I want this to be on the page just after they take the action. So they're going to go to my website, they're going to take the action, and then they're going to go to a page which fires this, and it basically fires it off and tells me, hey, this person reached here. And what this allows me to do is this allows me to know how much I'm paying per person that reaches that thank you page, that confirmation page. That's what this code is. That allows me to do that. So really so once I get this set up or whatever, let's just say that it was verified. I'm just going to press continue. We're going to assume it's verified right now. I could always verify it, but let's just assume it's verified because that's not too difficult to do. You add the pixel and then you click verify now. Okay. Now, one quick tip. If you've added the pixel correctly, like let's say you're adding it to a page after somebody buys something, I got a big tip for you here. The pixel has to fire at least once in order for it to work. Okay, it'll always be unverified because it has to kick off. It has to be placed in the code, and it has to be seen at least once for it to work, so that Facebook knows it's working. So if you've got a product, let's say you have a $500 product and you want to put this on the thank you page, well, you got to go to the thank you page at least yourself, at least once with the code in there, and refresh it. and then come back and verify it. You got to go visit. You got to go act like you've purchased. And if you can't get to that page, well, then make your product like $1. Temporarily change your product to $1, and then buy it, and then change it back to $500, and then come back here and verify. So keep in mind, in order to verify for website conversions, this has to be fired off at least once. Otherwise, this won't work. Now, everything else is the same. Check this out. It's just like clicks to website. This pops up. You choose a Facebook page. Same thing. All this pops up. You got the same options. Everything here is exactly the same. So you notice everything here is exactly the same. Conversions. You got to get your conversions. You got to refresh this and get conversions, and then it'll bid for conversions. So it's got a little bit of a different bidding mechanism. And that's why I said this is at least worth experimenting with, is because of those differences. So that's how you do it. You just put the code in, you go and verify it. But because obviously I'm not going to sit here and spend much time doing that, you've got to talk to your web designer, or if you know how to do it yourself. And again, if this is too complicated or this doesn't make sense to you, then just skip this one and come back to it later. It's really that simple. All right, so in summary, look, even though I don't really ever use website conversion ads, at least you might want to experiment with them. You might want to see if Facebook gives you better results, because look, it's all just the Wild West out there, right? It's all about experimenting. It's all about trial and error. It's all about figuring out what works for you. And if this is what works for you, that's awesome. And for all I know, next month, this might become my number one strategy. I don't even know. So I wanted to put it in here to give you some feedback, to show you how to get it done. And with that being said, I look forward to seeing you in the next module, where I talk about a pretty fun topic called page post engagement ads. And those ads are actually a lot of fun, and I do use those ones often. So with that being said, I'll see you on the next module.